Hello, welcome to an educational moment. I'm your host, Dr. Pat Dingle. We have a wonderful program for you. I have a very special guest, Miss Keisha Clark. Ms. Clark is the Director of Development for the Stoddard Baptist Home Foundation. Hi, Keisha.
Hi, Dr. Dingle.
How you doing today?
I'm fine. It's good to meet you.
Good to meet you as well.
Thank you.
I have been looking forward to having you on the program.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. And thank you for the opportunity also.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
I bet you are wondering what the Stoddard Baptist Home Foundation is. You may not be as familiar with the Stoddard Baptist Home Foundation, but I bet that you are familiar with the Stoddard Baptist Nursing Home. I have been familiar with the nursing home for many, many years. It's been around, and I have heard a lot of great things about Stoddard Baptist Nursing Home. So Ms. Clark is going to share information about Stoddard, the nursing home, and also the foundation tonight. All right, so I'm hoping that we can hit all the points. We're on point one. And Ms. Clark, since you're representing the Stoddard Baptist Nursing Home and the Stoddard Baptist Foundation, can you tell our television audience a little bit about the Stoddard Baptist Nursing Home and its mission?
Thank you. Stoddard Baptist Nursing Home, we are a home for 164 aging senior citizens. We like to say that we are a home away from home. Our goal is to care for those senior citizens who aren't able to care for themselves. Many of them have Alzheimer's, dementia, even forms of cancer. So we really try to address their medical needs, their social needs, their spiritual needs. We basically try to service any senior in need. We're located in Washington, D.C., and we've been in our current location since 1986.
That's pretty impressive.
Yes.
Now, Keisha.
Yes, ma'am.
I was really impressed by the fact that the Stoddard Baptist Nursing Home is a holistic facility. As you have just stated, you really try to take care of the seniors' physical needs, their spiritual needs, all of their needs, and I think that's phenomenal. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Now, what about the Stoddard Baptist Home Foundation? Can you tell us a little bit about the mission for the foundation?
Certainly. Stoddard Baptist Home, which is also considered Stoddard Baptist Nursing Home, was founded in 1902. Now here we are 110 years later.
Yes.
We have the foundation, which is fairly new, but the foundation primarily serves to advocate for Stoddard Baptist Nursing Home and our other sister facility, which is Presidential Estates at Sycamore Hill. Besides advocacy, we work to seek charitable donations for the mission of Stoddard, but we also give back to the community. Last year, Dr. Dingle, we were able to give hundreds of free blood pressure screenings. We've done counseling on aging. We've done seminars on Medicaid and Medicare. How do you take care of a loved one if they have to transition into a nursing home? So the foundation is just another arm of our nursing homes, but it's also an arm for the community.
Fantastic. Now, I strongly believe, Keisha, in organizations giving back to the community. I'm working right now in a partnership with Dodge Park Elementary School, and as a business owner, I'm trying to partner and make some contributions to the community, and I think that it is really shows a strong sense of consciousness when we give back to the community and thereby make our society better.
Absolutely.
Okay. I want to make sure that we get all this pertinent information from you, because I think that the Stoddard Baptist Nursing Home is an invaluable resource for our community. When was the home incorporated?
Okay. The home was incorporated in 1914, but we celebrate the year 1902 because that's when we initially started providing care. If you look back in our records and you look back in the history of Stoddard, you'll read that initially our goal was to care for Baptist ministers, their wives, or their widows.
Yes.
Today, we're blessed and able to take care of anyone from different faiths, backgrounds, race, religion, color. So the mission has really expanded since 1902.
That's pretty phenomenal. So you're a very diverse
Yes.
organization.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Because our society is evolving, and of course the entire United States is becoming more diverse.
Yes, it is.
Demographics have changed. All right. Ms. Clark, I am amazed, Keisha, at the numerous individuals that have played a role in the development of Stoddard Baptist Nursing Home. I am also amazed at the many phases of development that the Stoddard Baptist Nursing Home has progressed through. Would you please discuss a brief overview of these phases? Also, could you name some of the most prominent individuals who have figured in the development of the Stoddard Baptist Nursing Home?
Well, there are certainly a lot of names that we must pay homage to. There have been a lot of folks in the community that have prayed for us, stayed with us, helped, invested. We must recognize Miss Marie T. Stoddard, from which we get the name Stoddard from.
Yes.
She was a philanthropist in the Washington, D.C. area. The heirs of her family fought, and through her will, we were able to receive monies to carry forth our mission. We had the Bryant Street era. We had the Southeast era, where we were located in Southeast Washington, D.C.
Yes.
And then we had the Newton Street era, which is where we are currently on Newton Street Northwest. We have, and they've passed, but General Joseph Catrona, the late John D. Hunter, who was a former board member, the Reverend Joseph Holloman Davis. All of these gentlemen and women worked to secure funding and endowment and worked in the community to help Stoddard Baptist Home exist and grow forward as we are today.
That is wonderful. Now, Keisha, I was pleasantly surprised when I looked at the individuals who had played a role to see Mount Carmel Baptist Church. I used to be a member of Mount Carmel as a child.
Okay.
And I saw Reverend Patterson's name. I'm not quite sure if his first name was Roscoe, but I was just amazed at the number of individuals who have really assisted and advocated on behalf of Stoddard. So it's pretty impressive. So there are probably a lot of people in the community who really have connections to Stoddard and don't even know.
That's very true.
I certainly didn't know Mount Carmel Baptist was involved, but I was pleasantly surprised.
And they still are.
Yes, and that's a phenomenal organization. And they have been stalwarts in the community for years. I remember how well they assisted me as a child. Yeah, so we'll hold that for another conversation.
Okay, looking forward to it.
Well, Stoddard Baptist Nursing Home has been in existence for 110 years. I understand that you're coming up upon a special event to recognize this long history. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Certainly. This is our anniversary year. We are ecstatic. We feel blessed. We're honored. We're humbled. This is our 110th year, and we're going to celebrate this occasion on Friday, October 12th at the National Geographic Museum. It will be a black tie gala, and this is our evening to not only raise money, but just to thank folks in the community who have helped us through this journey.
Yes.
We're going to celebrate the lives of the elderly. We're going to celebrate the lives of those who have gone on before us. And we're also going to celebrate the future for Stoddard.
Yes.
Our theme is a lasting vision, and we strongly believe that God has been good to us, and we believe that with His grace, we will continue to progress.
I certainly hope so. And a lasting vision is your theme?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. Well, I think it is just wonderful that Stoddard Baptist Home, or Stoddard Baptist Nursing Home, has been around for 110 years, assisting members of our community.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful. Now, of course, we have done a lot of talking about Stoddard Baptist Nursing Home and the Stoddard Baptist Foundation. And, of course, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you to tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got invested and involved in the Stoddard Baptist Nursing Home. Now, before you start, I simply have to say, Keisha, you're phenomenal. I have spoken to you on the phone.
Yes, ma'am.
And, of course, I support Stoddard Baptist Home.
Thank you.
And that's how I met you.
Yes.
And what I found out about you is how passionate, just absolutely passionate you are about the Stoddard Baptist Home and the Stoddard Baptist Home Foundation. And of course, I also know that when you are the Director of Development, a whole lot of tasks fall on you, and a whole lot of people depend upon you to be good at your job.
Yes.
As you stated, you help to advocate
Absolutely.
for the members in the nursing home, as well as for the reputation and for the legacy of the Stoddard Baptist Nursing Home. So could you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Oh, wow. That's a loaded question. Well, I was born in Washington, D.C., educated in Prince George's County, elementary, middle school, high school. I'm a proud Tuskegee University graduate, but I love Stoddard. I love the elderly. I am a caregiver myself. My mother and I, we proudly love and make sure that our 93-year-old aunt is loved and taken care of the best way that we can. Stoddard has been a part of my life since I was probably about 16 or 17.
Wonderful.
And I know you can't guess my age, so I will, I will leave that alone. But my mother has been in the field of geriatrics for as long as I have been alive.
Wonderful.
So watching my mother come home with that crisp white uniform and talking about her babies or Miss such and such, you know, I developed that passion. And on my summer breaks, I would visit Stoddard.
Wonderful.
And I would get to know the residents. So Lord willing, many years later, I was introduced to the president and CEO, and here I am today advocating for Stoddard.
That's wonderful. And Keisha, your sharing just now really brings out a very important point about our career fields. When we have the exposure and the background, we can learn so much about the possibilities of serving in our community.
Absolutely.
And so by you having a mother who was vested, and when I say vested, I'm talking about emotionally vested and vested in terms of her interests and in terms of her dedication in Stoddard Baptist. And so you gained, you inherited
Oh, yes.
that knowledge and
Mm-hmm.
also the passion
Mm-hmm.
for Stoddard. And I think that's a phenomenal blessing. I
Mm-hmm.
really do, because when you have someone who is passionate about an organization, passionate about the individuals
Mm-hmm.
who you serve,
Mm-hmm.
you can't get better than that.
That's right. That's right.
So I'm just astounded. And I recall when in speaking to you, every time I spoke to you, you were always upbeat.
Thank you.
You were always very knowledgeable
Mm-hmm.
about what was going on, and
Mm-hmm.
you were very diligent
Thank you.
in following up. You're welcome. Very diligent in following up on calls
Mm-hmm.
and questions.
Mm-hmm.
So, I do applaud you on the excellent job that you are doing.
Thank you.
Now, I had a question, and of course you're welcome, but it's all true.
That's all right. Thank you.
You're welcome. I was interested in, when I was researching on Stoddard, one of the points that is made in the literature for Stoddard Baptist Nursing Home, or Stoddard
Mm-hmm.
Baptist Home, according to the way that most people want to refer to it,
Sure.
that the technology, that it has really been renovated and updated and has a lot to offer. Would you care to talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Since the initial building on Newton Street, we have been able to expand our services.
Okay.
Initially, we were only able to care for about 60 residents. Now we can care for 164 residents.
Wonderful.
And not necessarily in the technological field, but our programs have been new programs. We have a program where family members can actually Skype with their loved ones if they want to.
Really?
Yes. We have that program available. We have a new program called the Looking at You program, where residents can learn just about breast cancer, or you can have a fun activity where you're just talking about hats or the origins of music. So I think that Stoddard is doing a great job at truly trying to meet the level of care that every resident needs, from physical therapy to occupational therapy to social work. I think it is a one-stop shop. I really believe that.
Well, I think it's very important, and I really want to thank you for enlightening us about Stoddard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just truly amazing what's going on there.
And we're a growing organization.
Yes.
We have another facility, Dr. Dingle, in Northeast Washington, D.C., which is called the Washington Center for Aging, managed by Stoddard Baptist Global Care. We refer to that property as our little big sister, because Stoddard Baptist Global Care at Washington Center has the capacity to serve 269 residents. So the mission has spread.
Wonderful.
So we're really excited about that.
And of course, the mission can only spread if you do a good job of advocating.
Yes, ma'am.
If you do a good job of management.
Mm-hmm.
Because, of course, in any organization, you have to have organization, you have to have management, so that you can expand.
Yes. Well,
So
we have a very active and engaged board of directors. It's impressive. We've had board members that have been on the board for over 30 years.
Really?
We've had board members whose fathers have served on the board.
Fantastic.
So the generations are starting to show through. So we're really blessed.
That's wonderful. Well, of course, Keisha has really let us know about some wonderful ways in which we can work and serve in the community. And something that Keisha has pointed out that hasn't been pointed out previously on our show is that how generations can continue
Yes.
and and also help the younger generations appreciate, and also to give them background information on how is it done, what do we do. So this is very important, and I encourage all of our young people in the community to become involved in knowing about what their parents do, knowing what some of your neighbors do, and you never know when that will lead you to an exciting job or exciting career like Keisha Clark has done. Keisha, this has just been wonderful.
I agree.
And I'm so happy that you came. Now, I understand that the foundation itself works to advocate for the community and also for your residents. And how do you advocate? What does the foundation do to help to raise the development and to expand? And I thought you might want to talk to the television audience about what you do.
Thank you, Dr. Dingle. That's an excellent question. Primarily, advocacy can go in many ways. I believe the foundation does a great job of partnering. We have a wonderful relationship with the faith-based community. The churches really help to sustain approximately about 70% of our charitable donations.
Wonderful.
So the faith-based community is our backbone. We work with churches and corporations and individuals to simply ask them to vest in the mission of caring for the elderly. One day you may be an elderly person, and their homes like Stoddard Baptist Nursing Home, they're needed.
Of course.
They're needed.
Yes, they are. They are needed. And also, with the age of our country going up,
yes, ma'am,
the level of expectation, expectation for lifetimes is continually going up. So we're going to have more elderly.
Yes, that's right.
So yes, the mission of Stoddard Baptist Nursing Home has not decreased, but it's increasing on a regular basis.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we just encourage folks to be moved about aging, to realize that seniors deserve to be cared for with dignity and respect. And if you so believe that Stoddard is a great home, which I believe we are, support us. We are affiliated with the United Way of the National Capital Area, the Combined Federal Campaign. So we which basically means we do what we say we're going to do. And we try to be as accountable as possible.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, I'm looking forward to the 110th celebration.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know that, can you give us the dates again?
Certainly.
Okay.
It's Friday, October 12th, 2012, at the National Geographic Museum, which is based in Washington, D.C. It's black tie, and it's from 6 to 10 p.m., and it's going to be a lovely affair. A lovely affair.
I am sure. Well, Keisha.
Thank you, Dr. Dingle.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us on An Educational Moment. Our very, very special guest tonight, or during the day, depending upon when you view our show, has been Keisha Clark, the Director of Development for the Stoddard Baptist Home Foundation. And of course, this foundation supports the Stoddard Baptist Nursing Home in Washington, D.C. Thank you for joining, and we look forward to seeing you the next time.